way now. According to Fox Bet, Dak not signing is favored at minus 500. So if no deal is done, which right now we're kind of looking that way, Shannon, tell me, does this help or hurt the Cowboys' Super Bowl chances this year?
Skip, I've seen it go both ways. I've seen guys, Skip, they go out there and ball out to prove that you should have given me this deal. Now it's going to cost you more next year. But I've also seen guys, Skip, I've had a teammate, and he wanted a new contract. They didn't give it to him. He says, you know what? I said, but bro, what you doing? He said, this is what they're paying me for. I'm going to give them the amount of production that they're actually paying me. If they'd have gave me what I asked for, I'd have gave them that production. So, Skip, I'm not going to sit here and say everybody plays that way, because they don't. Now, I believe Dak is more in my mode, Skip. When I didn't get the contract, I said, I'm going to show, okay, this is what you want to do to me? I'm going to get 80 catches, 1,000 yards, and double-digit touchdowns. Come see me.
Okay.
Some guys don't view it that way. Some guys like, I'm not going to run the risk. I'm not going to get hurt. I'm not going to hurt myself out here because y'all shown me what you think of me.
Yep.
By not giving me what I've asked for when I perform year after year. Because the biggest thing that Dak has in it, Dak's been durable. 64 games up, 64 games, Dak has been under center.
He has.
And since the merger, only a handful of quarterbacks have won more than the 40 games that Dak Prescott has won.
Yep.
Joe Flacco, Russell Wilson, Dan Marino, and Matt Ryan. Let that since the merger. Merger goes back to what, 70, Skip? So we're talking 50 years. Only 4 quarterbacks got as many wins as Dak Prescott. So you can talk about, oh, he's that, he's this and that. But if the bottom line is winning, there's only 4 guys that's done more than him. So let that sink in for just a second. For me, Skip, I think Dak just wants to go out there and play. See, the thing is about the franchise tag, Skip, and the thing is, and the owners know this, the injury. Because you know, having covered this game as long as you have, is dodging a landmine every single game.
Yep.
And the owners know that. So that's why they put that tag on you. Well, we put the tag on him. He's more than apt to give us a deal because he wants the security. So now we get a deal that's in our favor. That's what they were hoping with Dak. We put the deal. He don't want to play on a 1-year deal because that's 1 year. Yeah, that's a lot of money. But he doesn't get the long-term financial security that he's seeking.
Yep.
Dak says, nah, I'm going to roll the dice. I've been good this long. He says, hey, I pray every night, everything's going to work out. I got 64 games under my belt, 64 games in 4 years. You know what? I believe I can get to 80. So for me, Skip, I don't think it's going to affect the way Dak plays. Dak's going to go out there and ball out because that's what he's done. He's had some great games. He's had some bad games. But I don't think the contract will influence the way he's going to play, the way he's going to approach it. Because the one thing I know, the little bit that I've been around him, he's very professional. He's about his business. He wants to be respected, but he'll go out there and do what he needs to do to get this job done. And I expect him to go play very well. And if I'm not, and you watch Skip, we'll be right back in this situation again next year because you know now, Skip, he won't give him a discount ever. He won't give him a discount ever. Like this. So, Jerry, I just want you to know, you might need to be thinking about moving on because he won't give you a discount ever, ever, ever.
So, back to Jenny's question. I'm afraid, and I don't want to be Debbie Downer today, but it's, you know, they call me Drip Bayless, and I feel like I'm dripping on their potential Super Bowl parade today because that's how it feels to me. I'm just being honest with you. I don't like the feeling of this situation. Now, look, the best case scenario is he's now forced once again to play for a contract. And maybe next year he'll be forced a 3rd straight year to play for a contract.
Right.
What's the best thing that could happen? He'd go win a Super Bowl or at least get this team to a Super Bowl.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure if that happened, he would get that Mahomesian kind of contract.
Right.
I'm pretty sure he would.
You believe so?
I do. I just do because Jerry's like that.
Okay.
Right now, he doesn't have those kind of credentials.
Right.
So here's the first problem. Tag, you're it. Here we go into the season. It's unsettling for the football team because the football team keeps getting asked about, how do you think Dak's feeling? And after a while, you just get sick. This story has been, I'm sick of it. We talk about it almost every day.
Right.
In fact, more words have come out of this mouth and that mouth about this
Dak's
topic than any topic in the history of Undisputed.
Yep.
And there's no story because it hasn't happened.
Right.
Nothing's happened.
Right.
Hope it's happening right now. Doubt it is.
No, it ain't.
Okay, so the football team keeps asking, keeps getting asked about this, and it keeps asking itself, does our owner not really buy into to our leader, our guy, our franchise quarterback? And then some might ask themselves, is it true that maybe Dak was demanding way too much money and he just kind of priced himself completely out of the market? So it's unsettling because you're not sure what's happening. There's no comfort zone anymore in the locker room. Now, that can be what Jimmy Johnson used to call creative tension that he developed in the locker room, where everybody's on pins and needles and it explodes in a good way. It also, as you just pointed out, it can go the other way too. All right, so now let's look at that man's psyche. Last year, he bet on himself, and for the first 3 games, he was spectacular. He had a QBR of 90 average, albeit against Giants, at Washington, Miami, 3 not very good teams. He was great. And then the agent changed the deal on Jerry, so Yahoo reported. Jerry got mad. He got miffed at Dak, mad at the agent. And then for the last 16 games, as he still bet on himself, he did not play great. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
He did not play great. I told you during the year, I think he's starting to feel some pressure because you're going to. You're playing for your life, your contract.
Right.
And I thought he started to press on some throws that he made in his sleep, that he made naturally. You know how it is with the football and from the pocket. You have to have the thought of no thought. You have to be willing just to see it, feel it, and throw it. Cut loose without second guess. If you have any second guess in your mind, if you think twice about anything, you know what's going to happen. You're going to get too, as they say in baseball, too fine with the pitch. You're trying to guide it, and it won't guide.
Nope.
It has to be cut loose with.
Got to be free flowing.
Free. And I didn't think he was free over the last 13 games because Pro Football Focus ranked him the 15th best performing quarterback over the last 13 games. And again, I'll say it one last time, you gave him Fs for a lot of games, and you made strong cases at New Orleans, at Jets, Green Bay, Buffalo, at Chicago, at New England, at Philadelphia. They weren't very good.
Right.
I give you that. Some better than others.
Right.
8-8 wasn't very good. So my point was, if I saw him start to wobble a little bit under the pressure of playing for a contract last year, what might happen in year 2 of this? What might happen in year 3? Might he just feel more and more pressure? What happened to Kirk Cousins, the guy you once called First Cousins? What happened in 2016 and 2017? The Redskins said, we're not buying into you full all the way. We're not all in on Kirk Cousins. We put the franchise tag on you, 2016, and then they repeated it in 2017. What happened to those 2 teams? They went 7-9. He had a few pretty good games, and he had some really bad games. And what did he do when he had a good game? He comes storming up the tunnel, and he sees the media. You like that?
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah.
Because the media is all over him. It's bad blood because you're under the tag. You're being doubted, right?
Well, remember, he had the game on the field, and he's rubbing the general manager's head.
Bruce Allen, who's no longer the general manager.
With Allen or McClue?
Oh, maybe it was. I thought it was Bruce Allen.
How you like me now? Something he was yelling.
How you like me now? But he's messing his hair up.
Right.
Okay. So is Dak going to go mess Jerry's hair up on the sideline? Probably not.
No.
He's not built like that.
Nah.
But the point is, Kirk Cousins went 7-9 twice.
Right.
So here we go. The football team is really good. The expectations are going to be very high for this team. It's favored to win the NFC East, so that means it's favored to make the playoffs, as it did not do last year.
Right.
The Super Bowl odds keep creeping up. His MVP odds in some of the sports books in Las Vegas, I think Caesars, he's third. Third? I think he's fourth in Fox Bet.
Skip, the thing is in order for you to find someone's true value, you have to let them test the market. Well, Washington, like, Kurt, you're not worth that. So they says, okay, we're going to remove the tag. Minnesota, we'll take you. 3 years, $84 million, $28 million a year, fully guaranteed.
Yep.
Skip, Dak is going to have to do what Russell Wilson did. Skip, you remember the first couple of years that Russell got into the league? Oh, it was the Legion of Boom. Oh, it's beast mode. Russell Wilson is just the guy. You can find 15 other guys. And then something happened. They started dismantling the Legion of Boom. Beast mode went away. And guess what? They kept making the playoffs. They kept winning games. And Russell Wilson now, most people regard Russell Wilson as the second best quarterback in the NFL.
Yep.
That's what Dak is going to have to do. He's going to have to show that he can win games when Zeke doesn't play well. He's going to have to show that when his defense doesn't play well, he's going to have to outgun someone. And when he does that, he can change the narrative. Because right now, Skip, they still say, oh, he goes along for a great ride. You hear players in the league say that. You hear analysts come out here and they say that. So he's going to have to do what Russell Wilson did, which is flip the narrative and say, you know what? Even without a running game, even without a top-notch defense, and I get into a shootout battle with a Drew Brees or Aaron Rodgers or one of these other quarterbacks, I can outgun him. I can score 35, throw for 400, and beat him when players around me are not playing their best. I elevate them.
Okay. So the flip side of this would be, what if, and I know I'm just hoping against hope, this is fairy tale, but what if in 4 more hours they announce a deal? They got a long-term deal. They got a 4-year deal done at XX and Y.
You do realize you're not asleep.
Okay.
You dreaming.
Okay.
Wake up.
Okay, but I'm trying to tell you what that would be the flip side of this, because the momentum of that announcement would just springboard this team into camp and the season. It would be exciting for the team. It would be liftoff. We got our quarterback back in the saddle, right?
You know Jerry Jones better than anybody else out there.
I do.
Okay, what do you think the likelihood of him getting a deal done after Dak done what he's done?
Gut feeling, he let his personal feelings get in the way of its better judgment.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
And I think he's still mad at the agent, and I think it's going to be a long year of a tag.
Yep. I agree.
Clock is ticking down. I don't know if I like the way this is heading, guys. We do have Clarence Hill, Jane Slater joining us later, hopefully with some insight. We'll have to wait and see. But first, guys, we already have